We've all heard it. It takes money to make money. But in 2025, that's no longer true. Today, you can create a beautiful girl with AI, make her look real, make her talk,
Tell me inside of the comments.
and she can print you massive money by selling exclusive X content, just like real OnlyFans girls in our society. Most people don't even know this is possible, but those who do, they are already printing cash with it. I'm Nox Sensei, and just a few years ago, I was completely broke, investing my money into courses, trying to launch an online business to financially support my family. Then I found AI OFM, a system where you don't need to show your face. You don't need money to start, you just need a phone and a plane. I built a digital girl and she became my money printing machine. 24 hours on 7 days and everything on autopilot. And nobody even knows she's not real. And unlike the gurus on YouTube who hide everything behind a paid course, I believe knowledge should be free and accessible, so you also have the opportunity to escape the system. So in this video, I'm giving you the free blueprint. No secrets, all the source for free. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create a hyper-realistic talking AI girl that people fall in love with. Make her go viral on social medias with the most advanced growth hack strategies I personally use. And finally, how to monetize her content on an OnlyFans similar platforms, even if you never sold anything online before. No risk, no secrets, just you, your laptop, and a virtual empire. This is the biggest cheat code business in 2025, and it won't stay secret forever. So listen closely, because this one video could change your entire future. So before creating the whole AI influencer, first we will generate the face. So this is something very basic that maybe some of you already know, but don't worry, we'll go into advanced methods later. So first, we need to generate a face before being able to create the whole body. So to do it, we will go on this website. The tool name is Picasso. By the way, I will leave a link in the description that will give you free credits. So that way, you will be able to use the tool for free just to discover it. And there's also a 10% discount with my personal code, so feel free to use it. Everything is in the link in the description. So now, once you arrive on the website, you will see Discover. We want to go on AI image generator, and this is very simple and it is beginner friendly. So don't worry, you will have great results on it. So now we want to enter a prompt to be able to generate the face. So before that, I will show you about the settings. So we want to select the model flux. For the moment, we don't have an AI character. And for the lower style, I like to use selfie aesthetic because on social medias, every creators are using selfie to record them. So we want to use the same. So the content of our AI influencer will feel even more authentic. For the prompt adherence, I like to leave it by default. I like it to be creative personally because I like to let the AI to do the work and to think and me to just choose the best result. So that's why. For the seed number, we don't need it for now. And for the aspect ratio, because we are only generating a face, this doesn't matter for the moment. So personally, I like every time I generate some results to have 4 results. So that way, I'm just getting some time and I just have to choose the best one. So now I need to describe the image I want to generate. So here's the way to properly structure a good prompt. First, we want to describe the type of content we want. So we want a selfie. Now we want to describe physically our AI influencer. So for example, I will say Latina. You want to describe her ethnicity. You can say Indian, Caucasian, Asian, if that's what you have in mind. And then I like to describe, for example, like she's pretty young. I want her to have black hair. And now you can also describe the color of the eyes. So for example, I can say brown eyes if you want to. Or if I want, I can say, for example, green eyes. So because now we are only interested by like the face, not like the place or what she's doing, I will just let it like this. We just need to click on generate. Let's have a look at the results. So we have her. She's not very pretty, I'm not gonna lie. We have her. She's looking very, very good. we also have her, and we also have her. So all the facial features are very different because I didn't describe a lot, but I just like personally to work it that way. I didn't have like a precise aspect in mind, so I just like to let some freedom to the AI and then just to choose what I personally like. You want to work the same way so that we just don't lose some time. So now just make some tests and pick the one that you prefer. And once you chose the one you prefer, you can just like download it by clicking on this. Okay, now it is downloaded. And because we want to have a better results, we will click on upscale. So this will add even more texture on like the skin. So the skin doesn't look like AI smooth perfection. So we just click on upscale. We want to let the strength at 0.2, 2 megapixels. And if you want to only enhance the face, click on this. If you also want to have even more details on like the whole body, click on face plus body. Now let's start the upscale. Okay, let's have a look. So this is before, it looks very flat. And this is after. We have much more details on like the cheek and also under like the eye, which is great. So now you just want to take this and to download it. And look, we cannot even tell that it's AI. So just go right there and download it. Now that we have the face, we will generate the whole body. And to do that, we need to take some inspiration and to give it for the AI. And to be able to do that, we need to find some inspiration and to give it to the AI so it will generate a whole AI influencer. So to be able to do it, we want to go on Instagram and we want to find an OF girls because usually OF girls have very nice body that people like on social medias. And if your influencer physically looks very good, she has more chance to go viral on social medias. So that's why. So for example, you can go on Sophie Rain or like other girls like this. And it's very important that we take a girl that doesn't have some tattoos on the body. This is very important because tattoos are very difficult to reproduce for like AI. So just take an OF girls and now if you want to find other references, just go into like her following and click on it. And you will see that she's following other girls like her. For example, I found her or I also found her. And ideally, we want some photos where we can basically see the body from a lot of different angles and perspectives. So for me, I will just choose this one. And now we need to find between 20 and 25 photos. She doesn't have tattoo, she have like a good body for going viral on social medias. So to download her photos, we will go on another website. So now you just have to go on iGram and to copy paste the link of the IG account. Let's just click on this, copy paste the link and it will automatically find the account. Okay, perfect. So now let's download first this photo. This is perfect because we can see her from like the profile, from like the back, and it's very important to have like a lot of different photos so that way the eye just really understand like how is the whole body from all perspective. Okay, let's go back right there. Perfect. Download, download, download. So it's great. I have like 10 photos. Let's continue. Pay attention to this one that has like a small tattoo. Also the same for this one. Also the same for this one. So you can download them if you want, but you need to go like on Photoshop and just erase this. I'll use like a similar tool to erase the tattoo. Something which is very important is like sometimes the girls are like putting some makeup that are very different that like usually. So you don't want to do this because they will just get the AI confused. The AI will be like, is it another person? Like the hair are suddenly curly and the makeup very different. So you don't want to confuse it. So that's why I really pay attention. So this one is okay. So same thing. Let's use this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And those ones, we cannot clearly see the face, so I'm not a fan. So, okay, now that we have everything, let's go back on Picasso main page. So now that we are back on Picasso, this time we will go on face swap. But don't worry, we will not steal some content or face swap some content to then post it directly. It's just to get some inspiration. You want here to add the new face. So let's use this one, the one we upscaled right before. Perfect. And now here we want to upload all the photos we just downloaded. So I will just take the time to do it. So I just uploaded the photos and now we just have to click on launch face swap and to wait 5 minutes if you have a lot of photos. Okay, so now it's just uploading. Perfect. So now let's have a look at everything. So this is the face swap. It looks very good, but we will make it even better. So this is like the face of our AI influencer. Great. It looks very good. This is like the best tool for like the face swap, but we don't want to post directly this content because this is like stealing some content and posting. Okay, we don't want to do that. So now just have a look and just pay attention if there are some weird face. Now it looks good, perfect. So you can click on download all and Picasso will send you an email with like all the files so that way you don't have to click one by one, or you can just click one by one. I will just click on this, download everything. So now, before going to the next very important step, which is training your AI influencer, so that way you will always have the same results. You can get consistency. Before doing that, we will upscale, and this is the best if you want to make sure that you have just the best quality for like the long term and the best results after. Before going to the next step, we want to upscale all the photos we just made. So I will just upload all the photos, let those type of settings and launch the upscale. So now everything is upscaled. So if you want to have like a look, this is before and this is after. So have the same one here. Look at the difference. Look at the face. This is crazy. Yep. So this one looks a bit big difference. For example, like the black one, black suit, this looks great. Also this one looks so good. Look at the difference. Looks like a real photo, right? This is crazy. I'm just having a look to make sure I'm just taking a look to make sure there are no like big problems. Yep. Let's have a look at this photo. Wow. The details are crazy. This one to this one. Okay, this is looking good. Yep, it's looking good. Perfect. So now we want to download all the one that look good. So this one, the black one is good. So now let's go to the next step. We will train the LoRa. We will train the AI to remember our AI influencer so that way every time we generate some content, we'll have the same person. So to be able to do that, you want to go right there. AI characters. So I already have one. Let's create one. So we can just find the name. Let's call her Bella. Just upload the face. Save this. Create AI characters. Now we need to train. You can upload up to 50 images. Just uploading between 20 and 40 is enough. You can upload 50 images if you want, up to you. But if you chose good 20 images and pictures, that's good enough. I prefer to upload some better pictures. So if you really want to have the best images, at least 10 images is enough. So now just upload the images that you have. Okay, now it's uploading and then you want to click on next. So now number of training and there's also an estimated time. So this is like 30 minutes, but in reality, this is way more fast. So I just want to click on start the training. And now we just need to wait. So now the training just finished, right? And now we can generate some AI images. So let's go back on the AI image generator and just make a test. So now I can select Bella. The LoRa style I want to keep the same. And now for the aspect ratio. So if I'm making, for example, a photo for a post, right? On Instagram, for example, I want to use the correct aspect ratio. So I can use, for example, like the square one. Or if I want to make a story, or for example, like an AI video, a reel, we want to use the vertical one. So now let's make an example. I will say selfie Bella. We just need to use like the name is so very important. When you make a prompt, this is how you want to structure it to have good results. First, the type of content, the photo, selfie. Then you want to describe the action. So she's taking a photo in front of her mirror. And then you want to describe like the place. She's in her bedroom. For example, if you want to add more precision, for example, more details, that's the moment where you want to put it. And then she's wearing a white t-shirt. If you want to have a better prompt because you really want it to be very detailed, like what you have in mind, and to really follow the script, you can do it. Otherwise, you can just let the AI be creative. By the way, don't forget to grab the best AI prompts that everyone uses, which are way more advanced if you want to have better results and to not like think a lot. If you want to know the best prompt, just grab it into the community that we have. The link is in description. Now let's check some results that we have. So we got this one. That's pretty good. We also have this one. Oh, I love it. Also have this one. And look how like just the pic looks very natural. Like it is typically the type of photo that we girls are taking, right? Or influencers. Let's have a check on this one. This one is great. So now you know how to make some photos. It's that simple, right? And also if I go right there and I change like the logo style, there are like also other options, okay, amateur photography. You can even generate some uncensored content, but I will explain it later. But the best one for me is like the selfie aesthetic. It looks just so natural. I will show you the result upscale so you can just have like a better idea on how your AI influencer is looking. And also look, it's always the same girl. So now you have consistency and we can generate basically everything we want. And I will also show you how to generate some videos. Now let's check the final result of a photo that is completely AI generated with consistency. So this is before and this is after. Look how realistic the photo it is. It's crazy, right? So I have this one. So now, right before showing you how to create social medias and setting up all the accounts, the posts, the stories, the type of content you want to post to make sure that you will go viral and attract some people that will spend on your AI OnlyFans girl, I just want to show you another feature that is great to make good AI pictures. So for this one, we just want to go on Pinterest. So I am right now on Pinterest. And let's say, for example, I like this pic or there's another photo I really like and I want to reproduce with my AI influencer without using the face swap for sure. Nice. Let's say, for example, I really like this photo and I want to do exactly the same one. I will just download it, right? And now let's go back on Picasso. And there's a very powerful feature and the name is image to image. So just go on it. And now right there, you want to upload the new photo we want to reproduce. And don't worry, this will not be a face swap. So now let's choose Bella that we created together. Perfect. And let's click on recreate image. And now we just have to wait a bit. So this is the result we got just by reproducing someone else's image, but like fully with AI. So this is crazy. If you don't like to use prompt, or for example, you see another influencer content, it'll be like, oh, I really want to do exactly the same with my AI girl that I just created, you just have to use this option. So now that we know how to create a hyper realistic girl, I will show you how to make videos of her. So the videos are very important because we want to use this to basically attract a lot of traffic, so a lot of people, a lot of customers that will then spend some money on your AI girl. So this is super important. And I will show you everything, how to make viral content, how to make your girl speaks, so that we just add much more personality, like just a real talking girl, right? And now I'm going to show how to make her go viral. So the best social medias to use are basically Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. I'm telling you, those are the best one if you want to attract some people with money, which is super important. And by the way, I will show you how the best way to create a new account to make sure to go viral, what problems and also the mistakes to avoid. And I'm also going to show you how to attract American people because I'm telling you, American nerds, American sims, they have a lot of money and they spend so much in that industry. That's why like all the people you see all the girls who are like millionaire on OnlyFans, they all make content in English, okay? Because they have an American audience. So even if you don't live in the US, or for example, you're in a very like low income country, you can still attract those people. I'm going to show you how. Because for sure, you can have the best AI influencer, you can have the best content to sell, you can have the best content to go viral, make millions of views. If all the people who see your content are African people or Asian people, no hate, but like you won't make money. Okay, that's just how it is. So it's very important to keep this in mind. It's not about the number of views that you're attracting, it's about the quality of these views. And then I will show you how to monetize on a similar platform like OnlyFans, right? And then for sure, we need to set up the OnlyFans account, similar platform. So we'll be needed to generate some exclusive AI photo and videos without some clothes on our AI influencer. I'm going to show you all those steps right now. And by the way, don't forget, we have the best free community where we're sharing every day our best advices, right? And you just have literally every day some new people who have new results, and it's completely free. Also making weekly live call, so that way we just share everyone results that we all had during like the week, or new strategies that everyone is testing, so that way everyone can benefit from it. This is super important. Please join it. If you're serious or if you already have experience in AI OFM, please join it. Everyone will be sharing the experience, and you can also do it too. The link is in description. So right before generating all the videos, and I'm gonna show you my 4 type of videos that I like to do, and I'm also going to show you how to make a girl speaks and look realistic. We need to have in mind what's a good content. So the best way to attract some buyers is to use short form content. So small videos between 6 to 10 seconds maximum. And you know it because even yourself, I'm sure like you just watch a lot of pretty girls just filming herself for like 6 seconds. She's pretty, and that's enough to literally make millions of views. While in comparison, guys, to go viral, they need like to be funny, to have a great personality, to show something different. But the girl's just being pretty, she can be like in a garbage room, that's enough to attract attention. So how to make some content like this to make sure to go viral? First, understanding the algorithm. So I'm talking about the algorithm of Instagram and on TikTok. So the algorithm is a watch time engine. So your only goal, and you need to keep this in mind, is to keep users watching. Please don't focus on like the number of views you're getting, or don't keep in mind like I need a lot of likes, I need a lot of views. Now focus on the process, not the result. When you create some content, keep in mind that, okay, I want to create a new video that will keep users watching it. If you think that way, compared to like, yeah, I'm creating a video right now, I want the girl to be looking pretty, I hope I will get some views, that's completely different. And I will show you how I use this mindset while I'm creating and generating some content for my AI influencer. Then, if they scroll in 3 seconds when they start watching your content, your small video, you already lost. 3 seconds is super long on an 8 seconds video. You really want the first 3 seconds to be very interesting to watch. And if they stay more than 6 seconds, guess what? Your video will get pushed by the algorithm on Instagram or on TikTok. Listen, the algorithm is not random, it's data driven because it's their business. They're making money with this in billions. So you need to create anticipation to have some retention on your videos. That's the main goal. So here's the exact structure to make a viral short video. First, you will need what we call a hook. So a hook is something that will make people stop basically scrolling your video. Yeah, because people don't realize this, but people don't just see your video like this. It's just not like you send me a video for like WhatsApp and I watch it. There's a situation and environment. People are already scrolling like this very fast with their finger, and it's already been like 3 hours or maybe like 4 hours even sometimes for some guys or old guys. So the first goal is to not have like a pretty girl. No, it's to make sure that first they will stop scrolling, okay? They will stop this movement they were doing for maybe 10 minutes. So to be able to do that, you will need a great hook. So something that will really bring curiosity. And that's why the first second is like life or death for your video into the algorithm. Then you need a build-up. So you need to build some tension or like a music sync or maybe like a zoom or a cut, just something that the guy would be like, okay, I need to continue watch it. And then at the end, you need a payoff. So for example, an unexpected reveal, an emotional climax, okay, or a loopable scene, just like an emotion projection. And also the secret, if you want to be 100% sure to go viral, is to make it rewatchable. Think of this like a story. Someone who asks you about like a good joke. A good joke is basically when your friend tells you a good hook, and then it will bring some curiosity. So then you'll be like, yeah, okay, continue the joke, I want to hear it. And then he's like telling like a story, maybe, with like a lot of tension, stuff like that. And then if you want it to be good, the whole story, the whole joke, you need at the end to have like something that you didn't expect, or like a good emotion, right? That's exactly the same thing in content creation. So now I will show you how to create viral content. So especially for short form videos, this is actually the meta. So it is mainly for Instagram and TikTok. And I'm telling you, it's very easy for a pretty girl to go viral. I'm sure even on TikTok, you know, some influencers, some girls, they just make 6 seconds video dance and they just go viral and get like millions and millions of followers, which is literally impossible for a guy if you're not like creative or if you don't have like a specific action, right? But girls, they can just like literally show their face for like 8 seconds and that goes viral and attract millions and millions of people. So I'm going to share you my 5 best strategies and favorite formats to go viral and attract some wealthy people who have the money to spend on your AI influencer, right? And listen, what I'm going to share, even all the people and all the gurus on YouTube, they don't even know it. Even in their paid course, you cannot find this because these are only known by the elite. For a very long time, I only kept this for me and inside of my private network, but I'm going to share it to you so you know what's working the best. So first, we have the first trap. So basically, it's just like your girl with a seductive body shot, a suggestive pose, and then you just add a training sound and also a caption text. I'm going to share to you how to make it, and then I'm going to share you how to make a talking AI influencer that will go viral. So there are 2 ways. So first, let's go and let's learn the basics. If you already have some experience, I'm sure you already know how to make just a regular video of your influencer plus a trending music and the text. But it's very important to still master it, so you shouldn't skip this part. So let's go back on Picasso. So I'm sure you remember this shot, right? Which looks great. So to create a video, the first way to make it is to first have like a picture. So we'll not like fully generate a video from like consistency data, right? So what we're going to do is like turn a picture into a video. So to do that, first you will need the photo. And as you know, all the people, all the girls on social media, when they create some videos, they hold their phone in front of their face like a selfie. So if you want to just have like the best feeling for like your viewers towards your AI influencer, that's the way you should be going. So I'm going to take this photo because she was taking a selfie, and now we'll turn this into a video. So just download this. Nice. So now we just need to upload the photo inside of this feature. So right now I am on Kling AI. If you don't know Kling AI, it's like an AI tool. So basically you can do a lot of stuff, even generate some photos. But personally, I only use it for the image to video feature, which is great and the best one. By the way, right there, you want to use the Kling 2.1, which is a great video generator. I'm going to show you why and to make a demonstration. The link is under the video. So you can go inside and it will just give you like some free credits for like a whole month. That way you can try yourself and you can also benefit from what we got thanks to like my students who shared this inside our community. So feel free to grab it. So now you just need to upload your photo right there. So there are multiple settings, but it's very, very easy to do. And I will explain why. So right there, there's a motion control. So what I want to do is just make a video of 6 seconds of like the girl dancing. That's all. And then it can just literally have millions of views. So right there, if you click here, it will be asking you to go back and to switch to 1.6, right? Which is not the best for the video, but you will have this feature. I'm going to explain you. So now, what this feature is allowing us is, look, this is my AI influencer pose, right? And it just like rendered her in 3D. And then you can make her do specific movements like that. If you really try to manipulate her like exactly how you want her to move, right? So there are different dance. The thing is, I personally don't like to use this method. Why? Because the result is like not the best. And there's a reason to that. I know that like a lot of nerds or like geeks like to work it that way with their AI influencer, right? The thing is like, if in your mind you're like an AI engineers, guess what? AI engineers don't make money. And you can literally like spend hours and hours and even more credits because this is way less cheaper. Okay, if you work it that way, you are losing some time and you just don't get the point of why like OnlyFans girls are making money and why on AI OFM you can make so much money even if you don't have experience. Do you think that real girls are literally spending a lot of time on how to make the dance? Have you ever seen like how Sophie Ryan is dancing? It's shit, okay? But she's very good at marketing. So she knows how to grow her page. She's consistent, really, and she knows what's selling. That's exactly the skill you want to focus on. So please don't be that guy, because that guy who's focusing on this, and I know a lot of you guys are making these mistakes, right? It's not because you have the better quality that it really makes money. Otherwise, everyone will be wealthy, right? But this is about marketing and sales. So see it that way, please. Let's go back right there. And also the thing is like the more restrictions you will give to the AI and the more limited he will be. What I'm trying to say is like personally, first, I don't want to lose some time thinking about like, yeah, what do I want my AI influencer to make, to move? No, I don't want to lose some time thinking about this, because that's not necessary. I'm not opening a dancing account for my influencer. No, she's just a pretty AI influencer. And being pretty is enough to go viral, even for like 50 years old girls, literally. And that's sad. So now let's go right there. So what I like is really letting some freedom to the AI. So that way, because he has so much options, he will only show me the best results. Do you understand? If I give him like, yeah, I want the girl to do that and then to move like this, and then her feet is doing this movement, he will not have a lot of options. So if the result is still bad, he will show it to me. I don't want this. So I will just let him a lot of freedom. So what I personally like to do is like the girl is slightly dancing. That's all. That's enough. So now let's go back right there. You don't want to use this. The sound effects are terrible, right? And don't forget to go back into 2.1. This is very important. So now the negative problem is like basically what you don't want the AI to do. Personally, I have nothing to say. And like I told you, I like to let some freedom to like the AI, right? So that way he have more options and takes the time to only show me the best results. That's how AI is working, right? I like to put like 10 seconds, even if I will only be showing maybe 5 seconds. Why is that? Because that way, if I don't like the result, I don't have to generate again. Because on 10 seconds, maybe the first 2 seconds are bad, or maybe in the middle it's bad, or maybe at the end. So by generating 10 seconds, I can only take the 5 best seconds, for the results. So I will do it that way. And now let's click on generate. Now I really want to show you like the results. So let's have a check together. Okay, this one is very, very good. And look, with 2.1 Master King AI, even the shadow is moving. And that's crazy. This is like the big difference with like other AI generator tools, right? So this is enough. I have 10 seconds. That's great. Also have like other example. Maybe, yeah, I think they were like a weird thing, like the face for 1 second. Oh, this one looks not bad. Oh yeah, but maybe it lacks some details into the eyes after. Look, yeah, right there. Yep. But there are still like some 3-4 seconds that you can use probably. So yeah, so this is basically I want like to download this one, but we don't want to just post it like this. Perfect. So now that we are on Instagram, go into like the reel and we'll post our first video. So I'm going to show it to you. So this is the AI video we generated, but as you can see, it is very boring. So the first thing will be to add a training music. So that way we will edit based on the music. So now let's have a check. Yep, just go right there. And I have said some. Okay. Let's take this one. Okay, I just got bored. Like literally the first 2-3 seconds, like nothing is happening. She's not even dancing. So we only take the best part, right? Yeah, it can be right there. So now let's have a check to see if like it's better. Okay, maybe a bit before. Okay, let's keep it that like this. So now what we'll do is like, we'll also add a text. Like this is good. But we can make it better, right? So I will click on text, and very important to like always choose the classic one. Okay, right, this one. And then I will go right there and we just put a text, like a visual hook. Okay, perfect. And now we take like the second one, which is here. Okay, perfect. So now let's have a look. Just let me add it a bit before. Okay, so now we have a visual hook. You look happier recently, so that we just build some curiosity from the viewer, so the guy wants to stay. And now we need like to add some tension. So of course I'm single again, so the guy probably wants to know a bit more, or maybe he will be imagining himself, you know, with her. And now we can add a call to action, because we don't want to just get views, right? Like literally I can post this and it just go viral and then nothing happened, right? We want the guy to like send you a DM, because if he sends you like a DM, you can talk with him, discuss with him, and then say that you're selling some content, and then he will spend some money. But if no one is like basically sending you some DM, nothing will happen. So for example, I can say something like this. I can say, for example, follow me to apply, you know, yep. And why not this? Okay, so now let's have the final look. So this is great, because this is not only content that will go viral, this is also a leads generating machine. So it will just add so much more DMs, and you will see that DMs will bring you money. So this is super important. This is like a real content strategy, right? It's not only about generating and posting randomly. Otherwise, you can get some views, you can have like a lot of followers, but you won't be making money or like basically attracting some customers. So this is very important. And now you can say something like, follow me and comment heart to receive gift in DM. Why is that? Because the more comments you will have, and once the more interaction you will have, and then you can reply to the guys to generate some leads. And also, the more comments you will have, the algorithm would be like, oh, this post generates a lot of interactions, so I will push it even more. So this is how you turn like a simple video that we just generated from like a picture into a viral leads generating machine. I'm going to show you what to do exactly. Perfect. So now that you know how to make this, I'm going to show you how to make a girl talking. So there are two ways of doing it. First, I'm going to show you the easiest way, and you can also create consistent video. But the only thing is like if you already have an existing AI influencer, you cannot implement her to have consistency with this tool. So that's the only thing. And then after, I'm going to show you like the best way for me. So let's start right now. Great. So actually, we want to use Google Gemini. I'm sure like you saw a lot of AI videos, and guess what? You can use it in AI OFM too for your AI influencer. Gemini actually has Google View Free, which is a super powerful tool, and it's very beginner friendly. It looks a bit complex because you need to write like bigger prompts, but trust me, once you know how to make it, it's very, very easy. So now you just want to go on gemini.google, okay? And you need to upgrade to the AI Pro version, like I have just here. By the way, if you go inside of like the community, you will be able to access of 1 free month free trial. So literally for 1 month you don't pay, and you will only be having, I think, 3 generations per day, right? But that's enough. Don't make too much tests, and you know what you will be doing, right? So if you want to use it completely for free, after it's like $25 per month, you can just go inside of the community under in AI Vault completely for free and to access it. I will write a script and I will explain you. So I just put like a prompt and I will tell you how that works, okay? So generate a cinematic vertical selfie video of a hyperrealistic girl, AI influencer. So first, you want to describe the camera. Okay, this is very important. It's unlike King AI, you really need to be very precise and to have a very detailed prompt with Google View. That's very important. So now you describe the camera, and now you describe the character design. The character design and the outfit, okay, are the DNA of your AI influencer. So let me explain, all right? You can only describe this by like a prompt, okay? And that way you can use that to have consistency. So let's say, for example, like this, which is like the DNA of my influencer, by keeping it, I will be able to generate some consistent content. I will show you how that works. So it's very important to remember that this is the DNA of your AI influencer. That's the only way to have consistency. Then you can describe the outfit. This can be changed later. Behavior and expressions, same thing. The voice, a lot of people forget to describe the voice. That's why that's the reason why like your AI female AI influencer looks very robotic. I only always describe like the voice, right? And now the script content. So the thing with Google View Free is you are so restricted. Like really, if you just say something a bit more provocative, the AI will not let you work, which is not the great, right? Because we're not here to entertain some kids. That's the problem. That's why, like I told you, this is great. This is beginner friendly, but that's not the best way to generate some videos of talking avatar. But I will show you just after. Don't worry, the best way to make it. So let's say, for example, this script. Okay, I was literally just walking to get a coffee and this random guy stops me, dead serious, and says, hey, are you from another timeline? Just something is just to showcase you what's possible. And now you will get these results. Like, this is very impressive. Google View Free only takes, I think, like 2 minutes. So this is very crazy. So now let's look at the results together.
Okay, so I was literally just walking to get a coffee and this random guy stops me, dead serious, and says, hey, are you from another timeline?
So there are two details that maybe you noticed. First, you can only generate videos in this ratio. You cannot generate some vertical video, which is a problem. Because if you really want to go viral, you need to have like full portrait. full vertical. Okay, this is very important to post some good quality content. So we need to pay attention to that. So that's why we'll be needed to turn this into a vertical video. And I'm going to show you another AI to make it. It is very easy to use. Now, let's say I want to generate another video, maybe like at the end of this story or maybe another story, but like with the same girl. How do I make it? It's very easy. Just copy paste right here your prompt, and you really want to keep this, the character design, because this is the DNA of your AI influencer. And now you will be able to generate another video with the exact same face, and you want to do exactly the same with like the voice. And then you can change the rest, so the behavior or like the outfit and also the script. So that way you will have consistent videos each time. Now we just want to download the video. So now let's go into like another tool to turn this into the best ratio for TikTok and Instagram. So this is lumalabs.ai, right? And this will be used to generate, to expand the content that we already have. It's only for this feature. And trust me, this is very, very good. So now you just want to upload the video we just generated. Nice. So we have it right now. So now we want to click on reframe, and then you will have this. So I don't want to let it like that and let the AI complete the empty spaces, because that's way too de-zoomed. So I want to do like something like this, you know, it looks real, and always put the eye on this line, because this is where people are looking on the phone. I want to let Ray to 9.6, and then I want to click on preview. Nice. So now this is a preview, and there are multiple like also examples. So just choose the best one for you. This one, this one, this one. Let's say I like this one. I click on apply. And if you want here, you can tell like the AI what you want to do into like those empty spaces. So I will take the time to make it. And now let's click on generate. I'm going to show you the result that we got. So let's put this in big.
Okay, so I was literally just walking to get a coffee, and this random guy stops me, dead serious, and says, "Hey, are you from another timeline?"
Perfect. So this is the result we got, which is looking super great. And now I'm also going to show like another example that I generated with consistency by applying what I just told you before, and also making this process of reframing, right, to make it bigger. So I have this one.
Okay, so I was so scared and terrified of that, and I thought he wanted to hit me and rob me, but guess what? Stupid mistakes. It was just my ex.
So this is great, right? And for example, you can write like story time, part 1, and then part 2. So this is very great. But the only problem that I told you is like we got so many restrictions that it's very complicated to attract the sims and the old guys who are like pervert and have some money to spend, right? With only those type of storytelling. So now let's move to a less advanced method, but which is working very well. I'm going to show you how that works. So now let's go on Picasso again, because this time we will generate a video from a picture. Okay, so now we take a picture that we need for King AI, and I will choose this one, which is looking great. So now, because she will be talking, we want to use this photo because it looks great. It really looks like the same that what we just saw together, right? But now we'll be able to turn it into like a video on another tool. So here we are on HeyGen, and HeyGen is great to create talking avatar, right? This is the best tool actually. And you will see that even if it's less impressive, because we have more freedom, it's way better. And the results are insane on social medias, okay? To attract the right people, the right audience we want. So there are multiple features, but only one interests us here. And it's photo to video with avatar 4. So we want to click on this one. And now we just need to upload the photo that we want to use. So we open this. So let's say I want this one, right? So the first thing will be to write the script. So let's take an example. Because I still want to post this on TikTok, not only on IG, because there are so many kids on TikToks, that's a problem. The algorithm is very strict with content. So even on TikTok, try to like hide very and to not be like too provocative, right? Hi, be honest with me for 2 hours. What would we do? So this is a text that works very, very well. You just want to put like that type of text, very, very short. You don't have to tell like big stories. There's no point. This is enough. Hi, be honest. If you were locked in a room with me for 2 hours, what would we do? So something which is great is like this type of content will get a lot of feedback and engagement, right? Some people will not like it. Some will like it. And a lot of people will write in the comment because I just say, what will we do? Tell me in the comments, you know? So you will have a lot of guys who will write and react. And because you will have this for Instagram algorithm, it will be like, oh, this content, a lot of people, there were like a lot of interactions with it. So I'm going to push it even more. This is how it's working, right? Try this, okay? A lot of people just see social media as like a streaming platform, like Netflix, okay, or Prime Video. But that's not it, okay? If it was just about posting some content and other people watching, this will be a streaming platform, right? But that's not. This is a social media, so it's about relationship, okay? That's literally like in the name, okay? It's social, so it's about people connecting, reacting to other people, you know? That's social medias. So you want to think like that, and to write, when you write some script, you always want to think with this mindset. So now, for example, I can say like, she has like a soft voice and she is smiling. You don't need to describe as much as we were doing on Google VO3. And also something pretty important is like we want to select the voice. So all the voices by default are like very robotic. So I cloned a voice personally. So I have all the rights on this voice, and it was based because I paid like a real girl to make it and to give me the rights. And this is very cool. And I also put a sample of this voice so you can also use it too inside of our free community. So if you don't want to pay like a real girl to give you a sample, I already put like, I think 2-minute sample inside of my community. So you can also clone it and not have like some legal problems, just in case, you know. But I even know there's like a lot of people, they just take a voice they like, download it in MP3 and just upload it, you know. So feel free to use it. I will just select this one. And now let's click on generate video. Nice, so it just finished rendering. I just want to show you the result.
Hi, be honest. If you were locked in a room for 2 hours with me, what would we do? Tell me inside of the comments.
So this is what I got after just modifying a bit the script. So this is looking great, right? And you can even post this on TikTok because this is not like too much provocative, right? I also did like another one to show you.
I left my boyfriend because he won't let me hold it when he pees. I always wanted to do it. Is that so complicated to find?
So this one looks a bit more robotic, you know, because of the way like she's not moving her head. But that's okay. You can just regenerate another time. But this is looking good, okay? So I will keep this and I will show you another technique because we don't want to just post it like this. There are multiple ways to add even more like hype around the same video. So I'm going to show you this on Instagram. Let's go. It's recording. So now let's post this one on IG.
Hi, be honest. If you were locked in a room for 2 hours with me, what would we do? Tell me inside of the comments.
So you don't really need to add
be honest.
something.
If you were locked in a room for 2 hours
if you want,
with
you
me,
can add like
what
a
would we
small
do?
music. If
Tell
you
me
plan
inside
to
of the
post
comments.
it on TikTok.
Locked in a room for 2 hours with me, what would we do?
Let's drop it to here so we can hear her talk.
Hi, be honest. If you were locked in a room for 2 hours with me, what would we do? Tell me inside of the comments.
That's literally enough, right? And this is great, especially if you plan to post on TikTok, right? To then attract some people from TikTok to like then your IG. This is super important. So really, if you want to do TikTok, do 100% AI and make some girls talking. This is super important, right? And then maybe...
Hi, be honest. If you were locked in a room for 2 hours with me, what would we do? Tell me inside of the comments.
So there's something else you can do on only talking AI videos. I'm going to show like another video, which is this one.
I left my boyfriend because he won't let me hold it when he pees. I always wanted to do it. Is that so complicated to find?
So instead of just posting like this and making her say this, what we can do is like we simulate she's replying to the comment of a follower. This is great. Why is that? Okay. Let's say maybe you're at school, you're lonely, and you see two people discussing or arguing, and they seem upset or pretty or I don't know. What's the first thing you want to do, right? You want to listen to them, to know what they are talking about, right? And it's exactly the same thing on social media. This is a very important psychology trick. So if you simulate like a discussion, other people, they just want to listen, to know like what's going on. So that's just another like curiosity hook. This is very important. So to do it, we're going to website, which is this website, TikTok comment generator. And you'll be able to generate some fake comments like this, right? So you can upload right there a fake profile picture, faking the name and the message that you want, right? Otherwise, you can generate some random male, like this profile, or if you want celebrity, like Will Smith, real Donald Trump. This is so great because literally you can fake that the celebrity left a comment on your AI page. This is crazy. You just need to be creative. For me, I just say, why did you broke up? This is kind of funny. But otherwise, you can make some arguing. You don't need to leave something positive. You can make like a very bad comment and then your AI influencer is like upset or she finds it funny, or maybe a clash between some people. So this is great. And not just download it. And then we're going to upload it by clicking on here, photo, right there. And now just leave it like this.
I left my boyfriend because he won't let me hold it when he pees. I always wanted to do it. Is that so complicated to find?
Or you can leave it there, or you can also leave
I
it
left
there.
my boyfriend because he won't let me hold it when he pees.
It's as simple as that. And now you can click here and say like, I am the only one, do it. And then some guys will replies, blah, 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 that's funny. And that adds so much more personality to your influencer. So first, the girl is super pretty. Then she's your type, okay? Because maybe, I don't know, you're into like golf girl, emo girl, like fitness gaming girl. And then afterwards, she's like funny, or there are some dramas. If there are like a lot of things going on, people like to be involved into like life of other people because people are lonely. That's it for like the AI talking influencer. And this is very powerful trick. Okay, so now I'm going to give you another technique, which is very important. So just let me be like this. So, something which is very important and that will dramatically increase the chance of you getting viral on social medias is basically making your influencer different from the others, because there are already a lot of pretty girls on social medias, right? And an old guy, okay, or like a simp, when he's scrolling for like 3 hours, he maybe sees like hundreds of pretty girls per day. Do you realize? So if yours is not different, it's more difficult to go viral. So that's why it's very important to choose a niche. So what's a niche? I want to give you an example. You can make your girl a bit more special, right? If your girl is just like a pretty girl and that's all, she doesn't have some personality, and she's not very interesting. So instead of just letting your AI girl being like a regular girl, you can make her a motorbike girl. And that way on social medias, you only post some content about your AI influencer being a motorbike girl. And when people will see her, they'll be like, oh, she's like the motorbike girl. I know her. And she's so different from all the other people I saw. I like her. And that's the whole difference. You can do the same, for example, with like a golf girl, or for example, with like an emo e-girl. You can, for example, like if you really like games, right? You have a lot of references. You can also create a gamer girl, okay? And maybe she's doing some streaming, just like really create her like a life, okay? So you can make, for example, like even when you make some stories to interact with like your audience, ask about your audience favorite games, react to it in stories, and then just say your favorite games, right? That's just an example. And you can create her like a streaming basically desk, and like all the decorations inside of her room would be about video games or manga or stuff like that. Or you can also create, for example, a fit girl, a gym. So she has a great body, she's working very well, she's very smart, she's just like that super organized, strict, healthy lifestyle, you know. A lot of wealthy guys like this type of girls, right? Because they are like this also. The guy who literally spends thousands in maybe like one night with an AI girl, or CEOs, right? Lonely old CEOs who don't have the time or who are scared to talk to human, so they prefer to have virtual relationship like this. So it's working very well. Those are like the best niches, but there are so many of them. I just described inside of like the community because that would be too long for me to just explain everything. So now let's see how to make that happen. Just generated. So here are the results we got. And look, this is Bella, right? That we created before. And she looks great. And now she just looks like a whole new person, but she has like the same features, right? Because we changed her whole like look and personality kind, you know? So this is very important. And now let's say that you want a golf girl, you just need to generate some content like this, okay? So this is very important. I want to show you like the result, which is like upscaled. So now let's have a look. So that's how she's looking, okay? With like a golf emo girl. That's very good. And I also have like another that I generated right before. So this is her. And look, I also like changed the decoration because the decoration also needs to be like in the same mood. And also she's drinking Monster because I don't know why like emo girls like to do this. So it's also AI generated. And this is very, very good looking. So now you only want to generate content with the same style. That's really important. And that's how people will recognize you as someone from the niche you chose. So now let's try another one. If you want to create, for example, a gaming girl. Okay, perfect. So I just choose same character, Bella. Okay, amateur photography. So I just choose the same AI influencer, Bella, with amateur photography. And now I also have this prompt. So same thing, you just can take a screenshot. Otherwise, you can just grab mine that I put like inside of the resources completely for free. And I'll click on generate. So now let's have a look at the results. Yep, so it's totally another vibe, right? That's what we just generated. So now she's really kind of like this Belle Delphine, like Amourant like type of gaming girl, you know. So it's looking great, but she's exactly the same. It's just about the environment and also the look and the details, right? This is a very good niche. A lot of guys they are loving this, right? So we got like other example. I will upscale it and also like show you right after, but this is very, very important. So yeah, I will also like upscale it and like just show you like the results. And now let's say something different. I also want to show you like the fitness niche because I see a lot of problem trying to create like a fitness AI influencer, but they're missing something which is very important. Nice, so same thing, choose Bella right there, amateur photography, and different prompt right there, okay? And the thing is like, so let's click on generate and see the result. Nice, so let's go. Let's have a check now on the results. So I want to create a fit girl, but I didn't ask for like a photo in the gym because the problem is like a lot of people who are trying to make a fit girl, you just feel like the girl is living in the gym. Like what the fuck? Like, no, you need to create a whole personality and a life for your AI influencer. That's like a niche. The niche is not just like a girl being inside of like a specific room, like the gym. No, you need like, usually the girl who goes to the gym, you kind of want to give her like this vibe of like very organized, paying attention to her health, very clean, you know, girl. This is very important, and taking care of her, you know, and everything needs to be very clean and organized. So that's why like you can also create some photo like this, you know. We don't see a lot of this inside of like the fitness AI influencers, you know. So yeah, really try to build her life thing like this. That's the life of your influencer. What's like a real girl's life, you know. She's not just like a pretty girl like this. She's not just posting some random photos and always at the same place. No, if you want to make her real, you have to think like this, okay? So now let's have a look about like some upscale photo. So we got very, very good results. For example, at the gym, you can post this. This is the gaming girl. Okay, look how real she looks. Crazy, right? You got this. This photo is super cute. For example, this one. So it's great. And something I want you to remember is like once you chose like a path, a niche, you need to be 100% inside of it and never change. You cannot post one photo like this, one photo like she's at the streaming desk, one photo where like she has like an emo. No, that doesn't work. You just get lost. Like once you choose a niche, you keep it forever for your AI influencer. That's how you make sure to go viral, right? That's how people remember, of influencers. So really pay attention to that. So take the time to think about it. If you want to know like all the different niches and you want to send me a message, you can send me inside of like my community. You can write me there. So, but like really take a decision and then go 100% inside, go 100% with it and only generate content of it. Let's say, for example, I create my influencer and she's like this, and then one time I make a story and she's like this. I just killed all the branding of my influencer. Everything, like I just build around like her look, how people sees her. I just destroy everything because guys who like the fit girls, maybe she like this type of audience hates this, So that's the thing. You really want to pay attention and to be simple. So let me get to my favorite one, which is the POV content. For example, you fake that the boyfriend is filming her angle. So this is the same as like the first trap and the trending style, but you can just reproduce once you find like a winning formula, like you have a content that blew up, you can just spam it and just change some text. So let me show you how to make it. Let's go back on Picasso. Yep, let's go on AI image generator. Okay, let's choose Bella. Perfect. So choose the amateur photography because this is not a selfie aesthetic. And you can just take a screenshot of this or like copy paste it. There are multiple prompts like this in the community. And then I had this type of result. Look. So I got this one, but she's a bit far away, This one is perfect. Like literally, this one is really perfect, right? And then there's also this one and this one. But I really want like one where basically you really feel like she's very close and you have like that POV angle. I think where like guys like to see like that POV, and maybe you can put like a prompt where maybe she's putting her tongue out and then you put like a funny text. You see, this is working so well. This is literally a cheat code. And then once that works, we can reuse it again and again and again, like different trends, different musics. So now let's go back on Kling AI to turn this into a video. So I will show you like personally the prompt I used. The girl is slowly attaching her hair to make like a ponytail while keeping an eye contact to the camera, and then she smiles at the camera. Okay, I think you understand like what's like the point. It's like this trend that some girls are making. Like you write something that the girl very like, and then the girl is like preparing her hair to make some things, right? So this is exactly the same concept, but with an AI girl. Okay, we got this one. Yep, same thing. So yeah. Oh, this one is perfect. This is great. And even like at the end, she's like squeezing like this. This is perfect. Literally. Okay. And I'm telling you, with the good trend music and the good hook, text hook, this will blow up. Okay. And this is 100% AI. So that's how you make real trends. So now I'm going to show it to you for the rest of the work. Perfect. So now let's see how that works. Let's go on IG again to post it. And right now it doesn't look crazy, right? So the first thing when you do some editing like this is to add like the song.
Estoy convencido.
Okay, perfect. So make sure the first 2-3 seconds are not boring and there's like a small action going on. So this video is like very long. So maybe it will be needed to make some cuts. So I like the beginning, I also like the ending, but I think in the middle we can do like a smoother transition with more tension. Okay, perfect. So now let's add a visual hook with like a great text. So now let's try something like, okay, so now we just added this. So personally, I prefer to put the text here, but never put the text in the zone like the head. You know, we always want to have like the head or like on this. Okay, this is very important. So I will leave it like this. Okay, nice. And now we can still find a way to add a call to action. This way just helps to convert even more people, sending you a DM or just stalking your profile or just like leaving you a follow. So this is very important. So now I can add a text like, I'm 21 and new. Okay, nice, great shot. So now we just need to click right there. And same thing, instead of like the caption, you can say like, send me a DM to receive a free gift. As simple as that. I'm going to show you something that I really like and not a lot of people there to make it, but once you know how to make it, this is very, very powerful. Will trust me. So we can do some fake public camera scenes. So what does it mean? For example, we'll fake that someone filmed our AI influencer. You know that type of content? Like for example, like, yeah, the girl at McDonald's is like prettier than like real models. And like when the guy just filmed, you know, but like the girl doesn't know like she's been recorded. We'll do exactly the same thing, right? So yeah, you can do this in an elevator or just generating a video of the girl with a third camera, you know, someone else filming, and then she's just doing something very awkward. So you can do this. That works very, very well. Let me show you an example. Nice. Let me make me smaller. So for example, I just generated this. This is an example, okay? And like basically, we just need to download this and to transform it into like a video. So I will show you. So I just asked for the eye with 2.1. The girl is putting some makeup, looking in her small mirror. And now I want you to get the vibe of this, right? Okay, this one is not working because she's looking at the camera. That's why I generate multiple results. Yeah, let's see from this. Okay, this is good because this feels like she doesn't know she's been recorded. Okay, so this one is pretty cool. Let me download it. Oh, this one is perfect. Nice. Nice. So now we'll fake it and I'm going to show you how that works on Instagram. So now do remember the photo I just showed you before? The video. The only thing you need to do before the process is going to Snapchat. You go into Snapchat and you add the text. And then we just like, you know, the type of content where like people repost their snap, you know, and then it goes viral. So you can just do this by faking it. This is like the one I will be showing it with like TikTok comment, but that's all. And then you just need like always pay attention. Remember what I just described you, right? Into like these 3 calls. You want to make sure the 2 or 3 first seconds are not boring, like really a moment where there are some motion, some actions, right? And now we just want to add like a training sound.
Show me that don't need no more. Mas festa do fim de semana.
So yeah, you can have this one. And now let's have a look and look at like how all the things I just showed you all like creates different emotions, right? Because there are so much possibilities, but like a lot of you guys, if you are struggling to go out, is because like you don't try, you don't understand the reason, you just copy some other AI videos that went viral. That's not how it works. You need to understand how it is working and how to do it and why is the reason, right? So if you don't know how to create emotion with content, how do you want to go viral? Like you don't even know what's virality and why is that, and why like people are choosing that this content will go viral and like not yours or not this one. So this is very important. So now let's have a look. That's all. Funny video. And that's like another different type of content. So right now you need to create the social medias of your AI influencer. So that way we can begin to attract some customers, some honey guys that will spend a lot of money on your AI influencer. So the first thing I want you to do the first day, your beginning, okay, is like to have a new Gmail. I said Gmail, and create it from your phone. This is super important. Never log on a social media account, can be TikTok, Threads, on Instagram. Never log in from your computer. You are killing the account. This is super red flag because real users are only using phone. And if you have an iPhone, that's even better. And who's like literally using computer? People who create some fake accounts like bots or people trying to hack or to create stuff like that. So this is super red flag. So everything from your phone. I personally recommend you before creating the Gmail account to turn your phone into airplane mode. This will help like reset the IP address so that way it won't be connected. And also never have at the same time on the same phone, the same device, more than 3 accounts, including the one you are creating. This is very important. So now I want you to create a new Gmail, not Yahoo, not Proton, Gmail, and then verify it. If you can verify it with a new phone number, that's better. If you cannot, that's okay. Now, before sending up the Instagram, there's few questions you need like to ask yourself, right? So what are those questions? If you really want to optimize everything before launching your influencer, it's best if you speak and can write English to target a US audience. So you want the best of the best is you want people who see the content of your AI influencer to be American. Why is that? Because American people, they spend so much into OnlyFans girls and AI influencers. They just have so much money to spend, right? For sure, you don't want to launch an AI influencer and the only people who see it, even if I have like 200K followers, are only Indian people or African people. Sadly, they will not spend a lot, right? So only by doing this, you will make way, way more money. Like really, it's very, very different. So that's the first thing. So now you may ask yourself, how can I target those people even if I don't live in the same country? Like I am traveling a lot. I like in Dubai. 2 weeks ago, I was in France. And like 4 weeks ago, I was like in South America. How to target those people, right? It depends on the social media. Good news on Instagram, just by applying this process right there, you can target US audience, whatever like the place you're currently at. So this is a good news. And guess what? Instagram is the main social media you want to focus on if you want to make some money. The thing is, if you want to do it now on TikTok, it's way more complicated. On TikTok, this process doesn't apply first. And on TikTok, because TikTok, they really pay attention and they're very strict, you need to fake your location. Never use a VPN or proxy. They will just get you banned. because they will see that suddenly you have a change of IP address, of location. So what you should be doing is like TikTok is basing himself on the SIM card origin, right? So right now I have like all of those SIM cards. Those are like some Verizon SIM card, US Verizon, and those are expired. But that's okay because it will be detected as native American card. So you can use it. A lot of people ask me like where to buy them. You can buy them on Amazon for like 20 bucks. You will have like more than 10. So that's a great deal. Okay, now let's go back. So what I want you to do is like create a new IG account, okay? And then you will be asked to put like a profile picture. Don't put something sexy. Very important. Otherwise, you will get restricted instantly. You really need to act like someone who's not red flag, who's not here to sell something. You need to act like a real girl, a real user that's not here for like make money or like show some very provocative stuff, right? This is super important. So set up a profile picture where we clearly see like the face of the influencer. For example, she's taking a pic like this. Yep, photo like this is great. And then you will need to put a bio. Put, please, a soft bio. So what's a soft bio? For example, fit girl, travel, art, or for example, like her with her age, 21 years old, is better because people, spenders, they like younger girls. You can try to make a MILF if you want, but I never tried it before, so I cannot tell you what are like the results. But young students is great because then you have so much freedom and possibilities. When you're discussing with the guy, you can say, hey, I'm a student, I'm trying to save some money, so I have a side hustle, but like, please promise me to not tell anyone. The guy will be like, oh yeah, for sure, I understand what's your side hustle. And then you can say like, hey, yeah, so I'm selling some pigs, or sometimes I work like in a strip club, stuff like that, you know. And you can say like, it's because my work is pretty far away, I never had a car, and I'm trying to save some money, you know. And then you have an alibi. So the guy, instead of being like, oh yeah, she's a gold digger, he would be like, oh yeah, she's the girl that I need to save. You know, like I can be her savior. So that will change everything, and the guy will spend like crazy, you know, regularly. That's the whole difference, right? When you create a young student. I only work with those type of profiles, so I recommend you to do the same if you want to follow my path. And also you can put like the zodiac sign. The thing to never do is like when you need to put like the username, never put like little sexy angel or like something super weird. Like, have you ever seen one of your friend or like a girl using this username? No, no one is putting this. So why are you doing it? Can you think, please? So yeah, same thing for the soft bio, right? If you want, you can put like her favorite artist, something like this. And then you need to follow 5 people. Instagram would be asking you this. So please follow some American guys, okay? Like Logan Paul, some brands, Kylie Jenner, you know. All of those are like signals for IG to understand that you're like an English user, an American. So that way you will be like located there on social medias. So for the username, so don't think too much. Like, what do I put? That's important. No, that's not important. Okay, just take a random American name, Angela. Okay, that's very cool. And now let's think about a fake family name. Okay, Smith. Okay, let's go. So for the username, I can do something like Angela and then something like this, and just a shortened version. You know, all this, you know, or official, but I don't really like to put official because you don't want to give this vibe of like you're trying to be a superstar. You know, you're just like a regular, chill, and cute girl that people like. That's all. That's the kind of vibe you want. You're not here for like the views. You're not here for like people get attached to like that type of profile. So yeah, just put something like this. If you want, you can put her studies. So what is she studying? Or maybe put a fake university, you know. This is pretty interesting. And for sure, like if it's super niched, you can adapt your bio based on like the niche. You just have this warm-up process. So like I will explain to you. So now the thing is like we need to make the algorithm understand who we are and what type of creator we are. Why is that? I'm pretty sure like if Sophie Rain starts a new account and then only feminists are watching her content, like there will be zero interactions, she will not have some followers or fans. But if Sophie Ren is posting her first photo, and her first photo are only showed to some old guys, creepy guys, Sims, guess what? She has like a lot of likes with only few people. And because the ratio of likes per like number of views is pretty high, this is a signal that the content is very good, and it will be even more pushed by the algorithm. So there's a small process to do to explain and making sure that instead to show our content to kids and like feminists, we can show it to like old guys, perverts. So what to do? After the account creation, go on the searching button. And now right there, you want to enter some OnlyFans girls, right? Like Sophie Rain, or the Bob House, Camilla, all of those girls, right? Pretty girls who has male audience. And then you want to scroll from the content. Don't follow them, don't comment, don't like. Okay, very important. If you spam some actions like this, you get restricted. Okay, just watch. It's about the watch time. What are you watching? Okay, this is what matters, right? Now you understood that. So just watch some content of them. And now you want to click here on the real feed of your IG. Okay, and look, we are on the phone. Always use the phone. And then you only want to watch some similar OF girls content of sexy girls, or like just the type of girls that guys watch. And then you want to watch it once, 2, 3 times, really to make the algorithm understand that you like watching this type of content. And you also can click on 3 dots on the reel and click on interested. And then IG will suggest more posts like this for 30 days. Do this, and the best of the best, like after 1 week, when you open your feed, you only want to see this type of content. There are no other different contents anymore. And by doing this, IG will be like, okay, so this person really like this. So the first time that person will post, because she's into that niche, she will do something very similar. Logical, right? If I like fitness and I only watch like fitness stuff, there's a high chance, if you don't know me, that when I will post my content, it will be fitness oriented. It makes sense, right? So it's the same thing. So that way, it will show your first content only to like the same audience as those creators. So it makes sense, right? So now we have a pretty cool warm-up process to optimize every of those steps, and to also like making sure your content will be shown to like the right people, and also that you have a high chance to go viral. But I won't show you this warm-up process. This is called like a warm-up process, because a warm-up process is updated on every social media's update. So the thing is like literally every 2 months, the warm-up is changing. The process is changing, right? If you followed like a warm-up process, I don't know, because you saw a video about it, it is obsolete now. Okay, so every time I will personally update, okay, with some information I got from my network inside of the community. So that way I don't need to like show you this, because I got some returns, you know, from some followers I have on this channel. So even if you watch this video in like, I don't know, 1 month or 2 months after like an update on IG, you won't make some mistakes. Okay, just go inside of like a group where we share like the most recent warm-up process, and you won't have trouble. So now that you know how to make this and you have the proper warm-up process, you can start posting some content. By the way, I did a complete video tutorial of like 1 hour, 30 minutes inside of like the community, where like I'm demonstrating in live me creating a feed page for my AI influencer. So like all the photos, how I choose the photos, how I make some carousel with like consistency between them. I'm showcasing everything, how I make like the stories, and also just so much tricks to do like on the feed page to get even more like followers and to have even more customers. So you should definitely check it. I cannot put everything here, otherwise it will be way too long. And also there are some adult content stuff I cannot show. So you definitely want to watch the tutorials I put inside of like the group. So feel free to go in the description. So now, in terms of like performance and scaling, if after 4 weeks of following the warm-up process, the last updated one, right, you still got under 200 views per reel, this is trash, like really. If you have like more than 2K, this is good sign. And if you have like more than 3K, this is good. Like, is this, if you have more than 3K views and you post like literally every day, that's literally enough to generate 5K per month at least, okay, for your first month. You really want to fix back accounts. So the content quality, the bio, the username with everything I just described. And once you have like a video that's really popping up, like really, it reached, I don't know, like 50 or like 60K, views, you want to post that type of content even more. That's how you scale, right? You have found one winning formula by like trying out, and your audience showed you which one they prefer with like the number of views. So now you really use it. Okay. And you can start posting it 2 times or 3 times a day. Then the more accounts and the more chances of success you will have, but I will talk about this more inside of like the community with like the weekly call. And very important to organize all the content that you already posted and the one that you plan to post inside of like folders. For example, like create a Google Drive. This is very important. And what I personally like to do is like I generate all the content. I take like 1 day. Okay. It's not too long. And I generate all the content for like the whole month. I write all the text that I'm doing, and then I just plan everything. So that way I know exactly what to do, because you're getting so much time by being organized like this. So that way you can just focus on the marketing and the sales, which will be the next step, right? So you want to be organized. It's not just about each day you have like a hobby, you take the time to generate, this is funny, this is not funny, maybe I can get better, no, it's business. So you need to be organized, and that's how you build like a system that prints money and that prints cash, right? We're not here because we want to create like an AI girlfriend. That's not the goal, right? So now you may wonder yourself, okay, so how to create an account on OnlyFans? I'm going to answer to you, OnlyFans platform. So the thing is like, trust me, you cannot create any influencer on OnlyFans, okay? This is first because there's an ID verification, and also they want to keep real users. So if you see someone talking about this, trust me, this is fake, okay? And literally you will have some legal trouble, right? Because there are some taxes, there's a lot of things on OnlyFans. And if, let's say, for example, because I know a lot of gurus are saying this, but that's not a solution, they tell you to ask like a real girl, let's say like, I don't know, like probably they ask like their mother to open an OnlyFans with their ID, and then they post someone else. First, we get banned. Why? Because there was so much trouble of like revenge porn, on OnlyFans. So if you don't know what revenge porn is, for example, like, I don't know, like, I broke up with like my ex. I hate her. Myself, not. I opened like an OnlyFans account and I post videos of her that maybe we made when we were in a relationship. This is revenge porn, and that's a very, very big issue for OnlyFans. And that's why they are like super strict, because they got some people complaining and a lot of fines, legal troubles. So that's why it's impossible, and you cannot. And let's say even like you ask or like you pay the random girl, right? Maybe on short term it's okay, but the day OF will be asking you for like proof and that you pay the taxes and everything, guess what? OF will not be asking you, they will be asking to the people the ID is on, right? So that girls will have trouble with like the years and time. So that's not a solution, and you legally don't have nothing. So trust me, you don't want to do it that way, right? So I'm going to show you the only solution, and also how to not get banned and really to have zero problem. So what's the best AI platform if OnlyFans doesn't allow AI and it's forbidden? Listen, in the past 2 years, I tried every AI platform that you could imagine. I tried Reveal.link and I made like near that $40K only using it. I used Unlock and then it got banned, and I also lost some money because of it. And then I tried Uncov for like a couple of months. It was great. I generated $200,000 only with this platform, but now it is pretty difficult for new buys to begin on it. So actually, the best AI platform is Fanvue, but not a regular account. There are 2 rules if you don't want to have some problems. First, even if it's a low AI and it's also made for AI influencers, if you don't follow the process I'm going to show you, you can still have your account banned. Number 2, if you don't respect 100% of Fanvue rules that I'm going to explain, you can have your funds frozen and all the money you generated will be refunded. That's why you really need to make sure that you make 100% everything legal. But because too many people just listen to some gurus, because too much people just listen to some gurus who don't know about this business and who only treat this as like a side hustle or something not legal or serious. So please follow this process and you will never have some problem and print some serious cash. So the first thing is, under this video, you will be able to see a link and a website. By going on this website, you will benefit from a lot of advantages from Fanvue that you cannot normally have. So as me, you just need to click on the website. And now you will arrive on this page. So because we are the biggest AI serious community, and actually Fanvue have a lot of trust and really appreciate our community. That's why by creating an account, by going into this page, you will have three things. First, you will have a VIP support. So if you have any trouble or any problems, or for example, you've made something that was maybe a mistake, you cannot lose your account. You will also have a faster reply from Fanvue. And if you have any trouble and you created an account from this, you just need to go inside of the community and send them a message. Otherwise, you can also send me a message into my private community, which is completely free, or even on my Instagram, and I will just send them a message. Number two, a short period when you're beginning, you will have zero taxes. This is insane. Normally, you will have to pay 20% taxes, but for the first 2 weeks, you have zero to pay. So what does that mean? It means like, let's say you just created your influencer and you followed all the tutorials that we shared inside of the community with the weekly calls. Let's say that you generate 3K in the first 2 weeks. Instead of losing, let's say like $500, $600, you will earn everything. This is so huge. And trust me, that $500, you can use other techniques that we describe inside of the group to invest it again, to have even more traffic. Or you can also hire some people inside of like the community to work for you and to pay them a salary. So listen, you have nothing to lose. This is just a must if you're someone and you're managing seriously your business. And then number three, the moment you will withdraw your first income, Fanvue will offer you $100. So this is a great news. You can then use that $100 to like, I don't know, either like buy some more credits for like the tools or just send it to your mom. It's like a small gift. Perfect. So now just go back and click on this button to make sure that you will earn this 100% bonus and also earn 47.3% more. This is actually insane. So you don't want to lose this, especially because when you're beginning, if you can make more profit, you cannot say no, okay? That's just how it is. So you definitely don't want to say no to some free money. So now just click on this and we'll continue the process. Okay, once you're here, you can create an account. So you can enter an email and a password. Otherwise, you can log in with Google. Please just do me one favor. Use a Gmail that is professional or your main one. Like, don't use a Gmail that you will lose, because this is the email where like basically you will have like your whole business. This is super important. Even more important than the email you use for social medias. So trust me. And now we just sign up and we continue together. So now once you arrive right here, you want to click on become a creator. Perfect, let's start. Okay, so now let's begin the process to set up. So right there, you can just click on continue. Here, just put the country of your residence. Actually, this is pretty important. So because right now, me, I'm like at Dubai, I will let like Dubai. Now, how do you create content? We generate with AI for sure. That's NSFW. We identify as female because this is for our AI influencer. Just continue. So now for the profile picture, I chose this one. Choose exactly the same name as you have on Instagram. Okay. And for example, right there, you can put like Chloe Smith off. Let's continue. And I'm going to explain you for this. So for this one, just change the aspect ratio on Picasso and generate it. Unlock all of my exclusive photo for $4. Hey, I'm Chloe 21. I will explain you. So this I will explain you after, okay, how that works. But basically, how's like Fanvue working is, let's imagine Instagram. I will put, by the way, my Instagram in the description. I don't bite, so feel free to send me a message. Even if you just want to say hello, I will leave it. And let's say, for example, you want to follow my Instagram, okay, just to make a comparison so you understand. If you want to follow me, you will need to pay a subscription. So it can be like $4, or $10 per month. And then you'll be able to see some photos on my feed page. So this is how it's working. And by the way, for the bio, you want to optimize the bio because with the bio, some guys, they will feel more confident into like paying that subscription price, right? So hey, I'm Chloe, 21 years old, and honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing here. We really want to give this vibe of like amateur. No guys want to flirt or like to talk with a con star, obviously. So I just started, so I don't even know if my pictures are any good yet. Think you can help, just send me a message and I'll let you decide. So this is a call to action. So the guy just send you a message because all the private sales, what are the private sales is basically the guys can send you a message and then he can send you some tips, or you can send a photo for an amount, right? This is a private sale. You first need the guy to send you a message. So this is a good call to action. Just send me a message and let you decide. This is more for like the same amateur, and also the guy will just feel more confident. He'll be like, oh, okay, so she has a real family. She doesn't want other people like to know it. She's clean. Keep it between us. I'm not ready for people to find out yet, please. So this is great. Let's continue. How much people will pay you? So by default, this would be like at $10. Just drop it at $4. Okay, the minimum. This is very important. And don't worry, we can create some discounts or stuff like that. And also, this subscription will only be 10% of the income of your influencer. You will not become wealthy because 1,000 guys will be paying your influencer $10 per month with the subscription. It's very difficult to convince some guys to pay like $10 per month because everyone is dropping it at like $4 per month. This is a very bad idea because all the big amount can be made in the private sales, into like the DMs, okay? Because inside of the DMs, you really want to talk with the guy. He feels some intimacy, you talk with him, and then you start to do some sexting. The only difference, it's really like sexting, but the only difference is like the photo that you'll be sending, you can ask for a price for that, okay? And like a regular pic, a photo, depending on like how much it reveals on the body, is like between $40 to like $150, and a video can be up to $200, like really, only a video. And I will show you how to generate all of this. If you really want to generate like completely no clothes content, I cannot show it on YouTube, obviously, but I did make the best tutorials how to generate NSFW, so adult videos of your AI influencer with consistency and pics. So all of these are inside of the community. You just need to go in the link under and really take it before like we close the group. This is gold. Really, this is gold. And you can generate the same pics and you can generate some super hyper realistic adult content. So go have a pic, really. And by the way, even just a video, the best I did myself when I was selling myself, the guy who spent, are not like some virgin students who are brokies. No, there are some big CEOs, big CEOs who don't have the time to date, everyone are pervert, and corrupted. Not only broke students like you, even like big CEOs, they all like to spend some money and to talk with girls, and they are lonely. Trust me, it's not only you. Even the wealthiest guy in the world, they have that problem. But guess what? Because they are wealthier, they can spend some money because it's like nothing to them. They don't even care, right? So that's normal. Now let's click on continue. So now you need to identify your identity. So here, just upload your ID, your real ID. And don't worry, this will not be showed. This is only made so you can prove that you're a real human, right? And you can like take the funds, take the money for yourself into your bank account. No one will be able to see this. This is confidential, right? So just upload your ID right there. And then right there, they will generate a QR code, one of your phone, scan it like this. And then you just need to show like your face to prove that you're the same person on the identity, okay? And that you're over 18 years old. By the way, if you're not 18 years old, you still have some opportunities to make money, but this will only be described inside of the community. So go inside of the community and don't let "I'm not an adult yet" stops you from making money. You can save yourself, securize yourself, your whole career, and literally save your family. So don't let this stop you, right? Okay, after the verification, just click on continue. Perfect. Now you need to follow like those steps. So we did this, the bio. You can also add an intro video that you need to make. Unfortunately, because this is something which is very provocative, a video, I cannot show it here, but I'm showing the tutorial inside of like the community. So just take a free look. And then you can add an automated message. So I will show what's that. So basically, the automated message is like when a guy just subscribed and paid your subscription, you're sending him automatically a message. This is super important because if you have some subscribers but they don't send you a DM, you will not make money because the money is made in what we call the chatting, right? This is the most important. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Here's a free gift for you. Tell me what's your name. So automated message is very great. So that way you just have a sentence to start automatically some chatting, and then he will answer, hey, my name is James. Hey, my name is Noct. So this is very, very important. Now we also need to create the first post. So I'm going to show you, but I cannot show like how it's really supposed to be looking because otherwise I will get struck on YouTube. But anyway, so right there, you can choose here followers or subscribers. You want to choose subscribers only. The goal, okay, on your feed page is really that the guy, he feels like, oh shit, I need to subscribe. Really, I need to subscribe. That's the feeling you want, right? If the guy is coming and he can already see some free posts because he's only a follower. A follower is a guy who follow you but haven't subscribed, right? And the subscribers paid. That's the whole difference. So this guy is for free, this guy is paid. So the thing is like, if there's a lot of content for free, that you don't need to subscribe, the followers won't have a reason to subscribe. So that's the thing. So we only want to put subscribers only. Now right there, you can upload something. Let's say this that I just did on Picasso. You never want to show without clothes, never on the feed. Because if you do this, it means like the girl body without clothes is worth $4, right? So into the private sales, it's impossible to sell like a photo of the girl without clothes for $40. That doesn't make sense. So really need to put the right price on the right product. This is super important. I will show you after some example I did in my private coaching call, where like I helped someone who was struggling and has huge, massive traffic that wasn't making enough. And now for the caption, the goal is really like, how to say it? Yeah, the goal is really like to tease a lot, like really, because this will be blurred for like the guy. So maybe we can say something like, imagine you're coming home in your bedroom, how would you react? And then add some fucking emojis. The guy, he see this blurred, okay, so his crush blurred, and when he see this, he'll be like, oh damn, he will be imagining some things, and that's when you win. So now let's create the post. This is posted, so it's only for the subscribers. Now something very, very important is like, you want to post at least while waiting the verification of your account, which is taking like max 48 hours. It's very important that you post at least 30 photos. If you can have 40, it's perfect. I know it's a lot, and I know a lot of you guys, you create the account and you make like 10 photos or like 5 photos. That's why people don't pay on your platform and they stay on Instagram. And that's why you have a very bad conversion. What's the reason? It is basically because like, let's say I'm a guy and I go on your AI influencer, even if like she's totally new, I see like $4. Okay. So basically for $4, I can have like 10 photos. I don't know, maybe it's bad. Should I put some money only to see photos or stuff like that? Like that's not emotionally powerful enough. We need to have a conversion which is psychological, powerful. We need a powerful reason. So let's say I go, and also there's other AI influencers. Like let's say I go on your profile because it's you and I want to see yours. I'm not like making some comparison with other AI influencer. And I see that only for $4, I can earn like 50 photos. Only for $4, I will see 50 photos, and then he will like just look at each bird trying to guess what's like the photo. He will become crazy. He will not even think. He'll be like, oh damn. He will be thinking with his D. And that's why this business is so powerful, because the guys, they spend money without even thinking with their head and with their brain, right? So that's what you want to do. So at least, please, 40 photos. And maybe on 40 photos, 10% of it, like 4 photos can be like for followers also. So yeah, pay attention to that. Right here, I don't have some message right now, but this will be all the people where they will be sending you a message. So this is very, very important. And let me show you something else. So now here we are right there at the subscription, and I will show you how to make some discounts, tracking link, which is very, very important. All I'm showing you is like very basic. So for the price per month, like I told you, it's best to put it like at $4. So why is that? Like I told you, I know a lot of people when they create their influencer, they only make like 4 posts or like 10 posts. But if you do this, it will be more difficult for people to subscribe, right? Why is that? We really want to have a super great reason, you know, and a very powerful psychological impact. So the guy just think like, yeah, I need to subscribe. And he doesn't even think. He just go for it. So how to do it? If it's like at $4 and there's only 4 photos, I'd be like, okay, so if I pay $4, I will unlock 4 photos. But if it's like $4 and there are like 50 photos that I unlock, it means like I just paid 40 photos for only $4. This is insane. And the guy, this is what, which is super great into this business. He won't even think with his head, right? He will just like scroll to try to imagine the blood pictures and be like, wow, there are so many of them, so many. And then he's becoming horny. And then at a moment, he stopped thinking and just pay, right? And he just spend without thinking. That's the only business, an online business, where people spend without even thinking. Men stop to think, right? And they pay. It's like in nightclubs. Only to get girls, guys, they are here and they don't even look at how much they spend on alcohol or like to invite the girl because they want to impress, because they are so much horny. It's the only online business which is similar to this. That's why it's the best one, right? So now, right there, you can click on this and create like a promotion. So let's say you want a 50% discount. You can choose for how much time, but I don't recommend to do it that way. The best to make it is to create a free trial link. Free trial are much, much more powerful than promotion. So how does that work? So right there, I can choose the trial duration. You want to go for 7 days. So it means like for 7 days, they pay nothing and then they will pay automatically, right? The subscription price. So this is very, very, very useful. So after 7 days, they will be paying $4 automatically. Then you can choose like the link expiry. So just leave it unlimited because we don't really care about that. And then you can give this offer for only the 10 subscribers that use this link, right? So I don't recommend to leave it for 10 subscribers. I will show you like how you should be promoting it and using it. So just go for unlimited. So if like 200 people on your influencer want to use it, they can use it, right? This free trial, create the free trial link. But what you should be doing is like copy paste it. And let's say on IG, you make a story at like 6 p.m. when like people are coming back from the jobs and they're pretty tired. They want just to relax talking to a pretty girl. You make a story, a provocative story on IG. You copy paste this link and you put a text saying like, you know what, for only the 10 first people, they will have free trial. Say it that way, even if it's not true. So that way, let's say like you only have 10 slots and maybe you could have like 50 people, you know? So that's why use it unlimited and then copy it and only use it to make some stories. Otherwise you want in the link in your bio, right, to put it differently. So this is very, very important. So by also with a free trial, this is very useful, but there are 2 settings to be careful with. Let me show you. Right there, there's like free trials without a payment method. So what does it mean? If you activate this, people, they can go and create an account and go use the free trial on your account without registering their bank account. So you might think like, oh, this is great. So because people, they are scared to put their bank account, right? So that way I will have more subscribers. This is very, very cool. No, this is wrong. Actually, it's like the opposite. And I'm going to tell you why. Basically, the best is to leave it like this. Okay, I know a lot of people who make these mistakes. Why? You want the guy to register his bank account, even if it's free. The only thing you need to do if the guy is scared is just like to talk with him and be like, yeah, Don't worry, it's very professional. It's like the safest security. That's why I'm on this platform myself, because I'm very being careful with like security. I'm very scared for myself, because I'm sending some very private photos. So don't worry, you won't have problem. They're only making this to making sure that you're over 18 years old. That's the only thing, but you will pay nothing, it's completely free during the free trial. Say like this, why is that? Because let's say like when the guy sends you a DM and you guys start like sexting, and then the guy, you got him emotional, like in love, he's being like horny and everything. You send him the first pic, okay? The first pic of you and be like, oh yeah, you really need to see me like that. I just took this photo only for you with like your favorite dress. I hope you will like it. And you send it for like $40. If the guy is very, very like warm, like really, you got him emotional. So he's not even thinking. He's just like ready to click on the button, pay. Okay. If he's emotional, he will just click on the button, pay, and now it's paid because his bank account is registered. So it's very useful, and he doesn't even like say it like a big deal. It's simple, it's smooth. The payment is smooth. But if his bank account is not registered, what will happen? He will need to complete a form like this with all of his informations, and that can slow down his state. And we don't want that. We want the payment to be smooth. He just click on one button and then you continue talking like nothing happened, and you send again another payment link. So that's how you want to work. So that's why, now take a comparison. Which situation do you prefer? The first one, before the guy subscribes for the free trial, just talk with him a bit so that way he feels safer. Or the second one, the guy is hesitating, he wanted to pay, but now he's hesitating because he needs to complete everything. And he can ask you like, oh, so I need to complete this and this. You'll be like, yeah, after completing, I will receive the payment and you will immediately unlock the phone. What do you prefer? Choose, right? So yeah, don't make this mistake, please. So that's all. Like, also by going right there, we have something which is pretty interesting. Let me show you. You can send an automated message to your subscribers, right? So why I like to do that? So I just put like a pic like this, and I say, hey, thank you for subscribing. When the guy just subscribed, this is automatically sent. Here's a free gift for you. Tell me what's your name. I just do this because a lot of guys, they will subscribe and never send you a DM. But the thing is, like, if you don't have some DMs, you cannot chat with the guys to make some private sales, right? So really, our deal is like just to have a lot of conversation, like as much as possible on this platform, right? So I like to do this. I say, tell me what's your name. So the guy engage, right? We are helping him talking with us. Otherwise, they can be scared. They don't know what to click or stuff like that. With this, he will have a notification. Also, what I like to do is like, if a subscriber canceled, so it means like if the guy, for example, he's unsubscribing, you can also put a message. I like to just say this, baby, why are you leaving me alone? I miss you. Just something like this. So then, because sometimes people, they unsubscribe because they forget how you are, it's been like, it's even you. Let's say like you had a crush and you haven't seen like your crush for like, I don't know, like 3 months or 2 months, you forget about her. That's the thing. But all you need is like your crush speaking to you again, and now you're in love again, right? So it's exactly the same thing. Just a quick message, and some guys will come back, right? So we are already like trying to not lose some customers, right? So you can activate this, and then you can use this. I resubscribe, like, hey, it's a pleasure to see you again. Tell me how have you been from like last time, just something. So it will be a bit more different from this one, but that's not a big deal. So now you might probably wondering yourself like, okay, so Sensei, how do I make the private sales? What content should I sell? How do I generate them? Is it really possible to generate some photos or videos with AI? How do I make it? So first thing is like use the link that I shared, because this will like increase the security of like your accounts, right? Because you will be part of like a big family, AI OFM community. So Fanvue will have more trust with your account, but still never use face-up content. Okay, this is super important. Even if you see like the money, you won't be able after to withdraw it if you use face-up content. Do 100% AI. If you want to know how to make NSFW generated content, okay, to sales and what type of content to sell. Unfortunately, I cannot describe here because of the words. Go inside of the community. All the tutorials are completely free, right? And you will be able to see the work of other people to get some inspired from. And you can also contact me in private inside of the community or on my Instagram. Just come and say hi. I don't bite. So you can just go and watch it and you will see like all the rest of the tutorials, right? And also about how to make some sales. I know like for some people it's more easier because it's more natural, like the chatting with the customers, but some other are very struggling. There are some basics. So I will tell you like everything I learned during like all of my experience and how I was able to sell like some videos or photos for like 1,000. And even like a lot of times, even now, I don't even sell some content. Sometimes I just ask for tips and some guys are just sending me $400. You need to have to keep a good relation. You know, it's about relationship. Don't think it like that guy has a crush on me and he wants to see some pics of me without gloves and I'm just sending this. No, don't think it like this. Thinking like sugar baby and sugar daddy relationship. They don't do it because they want to see the other like without gloves. No, they say it because it's a relationship they have together. So say it that way, right? Like really, like gold digging is like literally. Let's say like you're married to a guy for like 2 years because your goal is to take his money, right? It's not about like paying to see some pics. No one care about that. You can go on the website and see some free pics. It's about this, right? That's why like some guys are spending for some girls who are not even in love for the millions, right? How many times we saw that gold digger story, right? It's not about like the body or how she's looking. Sometimes they are ugly. It's about the relationship. So you need to create a relationship. Like you need to remember the name, what they like to do, their fantasies. You need to take some notes on your laptop on every guy who spends some money. You need to know like who like to spend, who doesn't like, so that way you know who is worth your time, you know, writing on like your laptop. You need to know all of this. So I will describe, I have some prompts, like literally I have a chatting sales script. So if you want to steal mine, just go inside of the community. It's like a very cool like mind map, which is like super big. You can have a look inside and then you will tell me. There's a lot of different already done sentences, so that way you can just copy paste if you're very bad at this. Otherwise, the best is like for me and other people in AI votes, so our community, to just like you send some screenshot on how you chat and be like, guys, what should I say? You know, and then you just show up during like our weekly calls and we just tell you like, bro, you should I would like say that to him. Don't say this, say it like that way. First do this, don't put this price, it's too cheap. So the best is this. But I will still give you like a small moment of like a coaching call I had with one of my students who came to me. He was making, I think, like 4K per month and he was struggling. So he came to me because he never made like more than 4K per month and he never reached like 10K. So he had like a great traffic and everything, but his chatting was horrible, you know, and in only like 1 hour call, I literally like solved all of his problem. So I will show you, but I cannot show everything of this call, but the whole call will be like showed inside of the community. So feel free. So now I want to show you how to make a good personal branding for your AI influencer. So let's have a look together. So the first thing is like you always want to be active, okay? Even if you created like your AI months and months ago, be active every day, right? In the town. And always post some stories. So the bio, like I said, do something very different. And like you can see, this is a very like niched, which is working very well, which is like the nurse, sexy nurse, okay? And also she's like Asian. So it's working very, very well. There's so much possibilities. So don't just make like not special girls, right? Aspiring professional photographer, nurse, practitioner, be a person for others. Boston, but I'm origin, right? This is pretty interesting. It already brings some personality to like this AI influencer. And now let's have a look and let me break down how that works, right? So it's very cool and to see like that she has some friends. A lot of people don't understand, but like real girls are posting herself, but also her family, her friends. So don't only create a girl which is like narcissistic and only post herself, right? Yeah, we'll have some photo like this. By the way, this is face swapped. And then, like, very important, when you make some stories like this, for example, she likes coffee and she has like this girly vibe, clean vibe, right? Always show the finger or details, so we understand like it's not like a stolen photo that you took on Pinterest, right? So show a small detail. For this one, we cannot see, for example, like a part of like the body of the girl, but we see like some pinky stuff, so we know like a girl took the photo, right? This is super important. So you can do some story highlights like this. Personally, what I prefer and I recommend to do, especially when you're beginning, is to only make 3 story highlights. Okay, once which is like me, and you only generate some vertical selfie or mirror photo of your AI influencer. That's all. And then a second one, which is about like her passion, her life. Maybe she's going out, maybe she's going to the gym. And then for the last, what I recommend personally, because a lot of you guys just copy and don't understand what's the reason of everything because you guys don't have the experience, but like she has directly the link into like her private platform, which is similar to OnlyFans in the bio. But you don't want to do this when you start, because when you're starting, you don't have an audience. So if you do this and you only have like, I don't know, 200 followers, people really feel like, oh yeah, she's trying to sell. That's very, very bad. You don't want to work it that way. But once you have like a big audience, like at least 100K followers, it makes sense to do that because people, they already know what they are doing. And because she has so much DMs, they know that they cannot talk in private. They need to go on the private platform. There are some reels, but there's also a lot of photos.
Why dating an Asian?
It's pretty important. Just the small details, like don't post like too sexy when you're a new account because you can have some problems and some trouble with like the algorithm. But something that you need to do is like post some photos that are like outside. Like maybe it's your AI influencer at like a coffee shop. Maybe it's her like, I don't know, like playing some games like we can see right now. Why? Because this type of posts have a very powerful psychological impact on the viewers. Why? Because when I say this, okay, what's happening is like a guy see like a reel, okay, like this.
Your laundry will always be clean and folded. And
he see this, and then he goes on the profile because he'll be like,
we'll
oh,
keep
she's
your
pretty. Let me check her, you know? So he's checking, and then, okay, that's cool. Yeah, she's a nurse. That's great. I never had like a girlfriend who was like a nurse, something like this. And then I say this. So why it is super important? Because basically, no, when I imagine myself like, okay, what a date with this girl would be looking, you know, and I see photo like this, some activities, I'm imagining myself saying that if I have to get a date with her. That's the whole difference. If it's only photo or like selfie, you don't have that psychological like impact, you know. But when I say this, I'll be like, damn, if I go at the restaurant or if I go like at a bar, I will be seeing that, you know. And because there are some emotional projection, there will be some attachment. And then that's the moment once the guy gets addicted, you know. And basically, you just need to make him spend some money and he will never stop. So that's how you should be looking. So always post a lot. And don't put all the reel out here. Don't put it on the feed page, okay? Hide them. This is very important. And now you just need to create a link for your platform. So I'm going to show you how that works.
I'm doing Ofm about 5-6 months, something like that. I'm making between 3 and 5K a month, and I post them on threads. For now, I work only on 3 accounts.
Okay, so you make between like 3 to 5K per month now,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
You're a bit stuck to scale, right? To make much
Yep.
more.
This is for this month. Now
Okay.
I have a few more days. I will reach 3K.
Yeah, that's cool. And how many pay subs do you have on Fanvue per day?
39 for this month. 39.
You should be making much, much more. Like you have good traffic. You have very good traffic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know why my audience is USA,
Yeah.
UK, Italy, Germany.
Yeah, and you have
It's
good,
good, but
you have qualified traffic. They have money. They're from like good countries. So you should
yeah,
be making much, much more. Do
I
you
make
sell like, do you sell high ticket content? You know, like 200, 300, 400, or do you make like much more like
between
smaller?
smaller, between 20 and 70.
Oh yeah, bro.
Let me
Yeah,
show.
that's the problem. Like your problem, I want to be honest, is your chatting. You know, like you should be at least with like you have very qualified people. You know, they are from like United States or like Europe. You can sell high tickets. You know, and you're losing so much money. So the thing is, you have all the traffic and everything, but you don't make the big sales. You just change your charging, bro. You can scale for me up like to 10K per month. Like you have a charging script, or you just talk to the guys like that. Like, do you try
I chat
first, like to
I
find
chat
like,
natural. Any script, something
bro,
that I can
that
follow.
you need to work with like a script, okay? So that's like your problem is like you have qualified people, but then at the moment you want to sell them content, you don't qualify them even more. And that's why like they don't want to put much more money, okay? So if you want, I can explain you like how me are doing my chatting, how like my other students are doing their chatting, and I can tell you like when they make like they have less traffic than you, but they make much more. Why? It's like that's what I'm telling also to my chatters to make the sales. First, like bro, you don't want to immediately start the sale, except if the guy is already asking for it. Okay, there are like multiple like steps, right? When you do your script chatting, you can like write it if you want, or if you don't want, you need to know like these steps, bro. Like you need to know them. First, there's the qualification. So, you know, before like asking like sending like a content to see if the guy has money, yeah, instead of saying that, you need to like get some informations about the guy, okay, to know if it's worth it or not, if the guy is like a time waster or he's like a whale, okay, like a big spender who will spend like 2 or 3K per month on your AI influencer. So how to know this? First, you need like to start talking with the guy. Nothing sexual. It's very important. Okay. So you talk with the guy. You need to get his name. Okay. If you can, his family name. It's very important because when you will start sexting after, you will be using these personal informations. And instead of like sexting with the guy, you can have a personalized sexting, and that changed the whole experience for like the customer. So first, bro, like you need to discuss with the guy, get like his age, okay, get also his names. You need to have his location. So don't ask like this. Don't ask directly like, yeah, where do you live? You can say like, yeah, I like to travel a bit. By the way, where are you? You know, and he will tell you like his country. So if he's like at a poor country like Africa or India, you don't want to continue, or you know that he's a time waster. It's not your priority, okay? You only want to put the efforts because you work alone, you don't have chatters on the wells, okay? So when you know this, you need to know his job, bro, his income. How do you want to know what price to ask him if you don't know his income, bro? Makes sense, right? So,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course, you don't want to ask, like, hey, like, how much do you make per month? You know, you don't want to say that.
yeah.
But for example, you
I
can
got
say,
you.
like,
Yeah,
what do you do for living? You know? And then
yeah.
the guy will be like, oh, okay, yeah, I do this and do this. And then you have to take notes. And based on these first informations, it's for like for the qualification, you know which spenders is worth it or not, because bro, you're alone. And I'm sure like you spend hours and hours talking to some guys who don't have money, and maybe you can put like these efforts into the guys that have money. Okay, so they have a better experience, a better like chatting, so you can make much more money. That's like the first step. Then what you want to
Okay.
do is continue like to talk to these guys, and before directly sexualizing and sexting, okay, you need to create an emotional connection. It's super important. Otherwise, you're just a guy. You know why? Like, you're not making the most of money right now. When you want to make big money and every customers to come back, you need to sell relations, okay? Like, really, like, you're their girlfriends, okay? Because you know, when
Yep.
you're attached to someone, it changes everything. Like, you want to put like your whole life for her. That's what you want to do. Okay, basically with every guy. So then the next step before sexualizing is to create an emotional connection with the guy. So you can just chat with the guy, or how's your life? Or the guy would be like, yeah, I'm married, I have 2 kids. Oh, okay, that's cool. What are their names? Okay, when's your birthday? Okay, and then everything that the guy is telling you, if he's a big spender, okay, like, oh yeah, I'm a bit tired, like I have like a very important like meeting or like jobs or like events like next week, you need to keep notes when the guys are like big spenders, because then you will use that and the guy will be like, what the fuck, this girl is special, she remembers what I told her. Okay, create a
Yeah.
special connection and really try to understand like what type of customer is the guy. There's multiple like type of customers. Okay, there are some guys, they will tell you that they are romantic, they like to hug and everything. These type of guys who are like romantic and very emotional, they need a longer emotional connection step before sexualizing. You, like, that's how it works. Like, you need to work on this step much more longer. Then for the rest you don't care. And then when you just discuss like this, just to get know the guys and the guys learn a bit more about you, what you can do is like a very powerful technique before jumping to like the sexting. Okay, you want actually to play like the warm cold game. Okay, let's say like together we are discussing, you know, I would say, yeah, I understand like the school at kids seems very boring, but like it's cool, like you care for them, you know, I hope I had parents like that. By the way, like I would like to call you daddy. Like, you know, you just discuss very regularly and then you say something sexualizing like that. And then you get back to normal. Okay. Oh yeah, tomorrow I
Okay.
have school and everything. Oh, I would love that if you were like making things with me, like in my class. Just say something sexualizing and then come back to normal. And when you do that, the guys will become to be very horny himself. And he will be sexualizing himself, the conversation, you know. And then there's like the opportunity window. Okay, that's the next step. When you feel like the guy is ready and he's horny now, okay, because when the guy is horny, he stops thinking about the price. And that's your problem, bro. You were not doing all of this. So all the guys, they were not like prepared emotionally, you know. But when the guy is crazy because he's horny, he stopped thinking about how much money he has. He just spent everything, you know, because he likes it,
Yeah.
right? That's the
Yeah.
power of the chatting, bro. That's the main goal. That's why it's the best business for sales, but you need to do that. And when you feel like, okay, bro, like the guy is ready, that's the moment you start to send like your script, your scenario, right? You send one free picture, you can say something, and then you just begin the sales. Based on his job, you want to put like higher price or not, okay? If the guy is a doctor, bro, you can even sell for like $200 if you know how to like make the sales and good and do good chatting like I just told you. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
got you.
yeah, then you start selling, making the sales, bro. And at the end, something which is very important, because maybe you don't have this problem because you don't sell high ticket content, right? But for example, for me, I only do high ticket content. And the problem is like when the guy spent a lot in 1 hour, at the end, you know, he has like this post-nut clarity, you know, he will be like, oh fuck, I just finished. Oh fuck, I
Yep.
fucked up. Like I spent so much money. And he will start to feel guilty. Makes sense, right?
Yes.
So what you want to do is like at the end of every scenario and script that you sold, you want to make the guy feel good, and you want to provoke what we call the savior syndrome. So what's the savior syndrome? You know, it's basically when a girl, she wants like, she likes you and maybe she want to attract you. Like maybe she will say like, oh, I don't have strength. Like I'm not strong enough to open this bottle. Oh no. And then you'll be like, oh, I will do it for you. And you do it. And she'll be like, oh yeah, oh, thank you. You're so strong. And then you will feel good about it, you know? Because you
Yeah.
helped the girl. That's the savior syndrome. And at the end, when the guy spent a lot, if you want to make sure that he's coming back and he doesn't regret it, you need to provoke it. And how to do it? At the end, when the guy spends a lot and he finishes, okay, his thing, you can say something like, "Oh, I just think that it's so sexy when a guy like can spend so much and know how to care for a girl. You know, you're so manly. You're not like the other guys. Okay, you're special." And then the guy, instead of regretting all the money he spent, he will feel good about it. And because he will feel good about the whole experience from the beginning to when he was like sexting with you to the end, like there's a good ending, he will be coming back and become addicted.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. You can also say like, yeah, like it's so sexy that you can just like spend so much and you don't even care about it. You're like a real man. And then the guy will be like, yeah, I know and everything. And it's very important to do that. So the guy has like a good memory of sexting with you, because if he has a good memory, he will come back. And he will come back again and again and again, because you're alone, you only want to focus on the big whales, because you can make much more money even if you don't have more traffic, bro. You know? And
Yeah.
actually, even if tomorrow you lose your Instagram account or your friends accounts, you will be making money each month because you're keeping a relation with every of your customer. Makes sense, right?
What you just learned is not even 10% of my knowledge and my experience. I give you gold because I believe in you. But let me be honest with you. A few years ago, this exact type of course and this exact type of community with some weekly call, this level of support, it didn't exist. And trust me, I looked everywhere. And if it did, I know it would have personally changed my life and also my entire journey. That's why I decided to build what I wish I had: a safe group for smart entrepreneurs like you, a weaponized tribe for those who want to move fast, who are ready to change right now, not just to teach, but to launch a movement. Now, listen, this community will grow fast and it's already happening. And yeah, this market is going to explode, especially with this movement. But please, don't let that scare you. Don't only look at the train you think you missed. It's just leaving the station. And this is not killing a market. This is just accelerating everything. And if you jump out right now, you will be one of the first to dominate the market, one of the first to build something long term, while everyone is just watching on the sidelines. In 2 years, trust me, this game will be 10 times more harder for beginners. So what we're building now will feel legendary later. And you still have the chance to be part of it from the start. So be bold, be smart, be early. You can click the link below to join us. Get inside the community, show up on the next call, ask all of your questions, exchange with everyone, be kind, be respectful. And like I wanted to help a lot of people so everyone can change their life, do the same with other people who need help. Use the tools, grow your income, and never look back. You're not alone anymore.